Our planet is in peril. The evidence is undeniable. Rising temperatures, melting glaciers, and extreme weather events. Climate change is not a distant threat, it is our present reality. From the highest mountains to the depths of the ocean, no corner of Earth is immune to its effects. This is not just an environmental issue, it is a human issue. Climate change exacerbates poverty, fuels conflict, and threatens our very survival. We are all connected to this crisis, and we all have a role to play in solving it. The science is clear. Human activity is the primary driver of climate change. Our reliance on fossil fuels, deforestation, and unsustainable agricultural practices are releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at an alarming rate. These gases trap heat, causing the planet to warm. The consequences of inaction are dire. We face a future of more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, floods, and storms. Sea levels will continue to rise, displacing millions of people. Food and water scarcity will become more common, leading to conflict and instability. Climate change is not a uniform phenomenon. Its impacts are felt differently around the world. However, a common thread connects these disparate experiences: the intensification of extreme weather events. In Pakistan, 2022 brought catastrophic floods that submerged 1/3 of the country. These floods, exacerbated by a warming atmosphere that holds more moisture, displaced millions and caused widespread damage. This is a stark reminder of the vulnerability of developing nations to climate impacts. Meanwhile, California is locked in a cycle of drought and wildfire. Years of below-average rainfall, driven by shifting weather patterns, have parched the landscape. When wildfires ignite, they burn with unprecedented intensity, fueled by dry vegetation and exacerbated by rising temperatures. Brazil's Amazon rainforest, a vital carbon sink, is facing its own crisis. Deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion and illegal logging, is pushing the rainforest closer to a tipping point. Beyond the devastating loss of biodiversity, the Amazon's demise would release massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, further accelerating climate change. In India, extreme heat waves are becoming increasingly common, posing a severe threat to human health and agricultural productivity. These heat waves, amplified by climate change, are a stark reminder of the human cost of our warming planet. Our dietary choices, particularly our consumption of meat and dairy, have a significant impact on the climate. Animal agriculture is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water pollution. Raising livestock for meat requires vast amounts of land, water, and feed. Cows, in particular, are a major source of methane, a potent greenhouse gas. The production of beef is estimated to generate significantly more greenhouse gas emissions per gram of protein than plant-based alternatives. Dairy production is also resource-intensive and contributes to climate change. Cows require significant amounts of water and feed, and their manure releases methane and other greenhouse gases. The production of cheese, in particular, is energy-intensive and generates a substantial carbon footprint. Sophie, shifting towards a more plant-based diet is a powerful way to reduce our individual impact on the climate. By choosing plant-based alternatives to meat and dairy, we can reduce our carbon footprint, conserve water, and help protect forests. Population growth is another factor that exacerbates the challenges of climate change. Raj. As the global population continues to grow, so too does the demand for resources such as food, water, and energy. This increasing demand puts a strain on the planet's finite resources and contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. The relationship between population growth and climate change is complex and multifaceted. It is not simply a matter of more people equating to more emissions. Raj, factors such as consumption patterns, technological advancements, and social equity play a significant role. However, it is undeniable that a growing global population intensifies the urgency of addressing climate change. Raj, we must find ways to meet the needs of a growing population while simultaneously reducing our environmental impact. This requires a shift towards sustainable consumption patterns, equitable resource distribution, and investments in family planning and education. Australia, a country renowned for its natural beauty, is also a stark example of the devastating impacts of coal mining on climate change. MIA, Australia is one of the world's largest exporters of coal, a fossil fuel that releases significant amounts of carbon dioxide when burned. The burning of Australian coal contributes to global warming, exacerbating climate change's effects worldwide. MIA, from rising sea levels threatening coastal communities to more frequent and intense heat waves, the consequences of Australia's coal exports are felt far beyond its borders. Furthermore, coal mining itself has severe environmental impacts. MIA, it requires clearing vast areas of land, often destroying habitats and displacing wildlife. Coal mining also pollutes water sources and releases harmful air pollutants into the atmosphere. Australia's continued reliance on coal exports is short-sighted and unsustainable. MIA. To mitigate its contribution to climate change and protect its natural environment, Australia must transition away from coal and invest in renewable energy sources.